Welcome, bienvenidas. This is Roxana for Avid Diva, and today we're going to make an announcement. Now, as you guys know, I have been going back and forth on what do I think about this whole YouTube partner program rules and all this other stuff. I have a main channel which is Metamorphosis Rocks, where we more than likely just sit in front of the camera and talk about the issues of the day, current events, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, living with chronic pain, living with Alzheimer's, and other topics that we think are interesting to people in their 50s and beyond. We talk about everything, and that is the main channel of the group. I have three channels on YouTube, and that is the main channel. That is the one that gets more often than not gets content every day of the week. Now, this year, I had decided that I was going to start creating content for all three channels for every day of the week. And in the case of Avid Diva and Rox Reads, which is the book channel, what I was planning to do was if whatever I posted on one day in English, the next day I would post in Spanish. So technically, I only need to create content for half of the days because whatever I say in English, I say in Spanish. Now, I don't work with a script, which means I don't say exactly the same thing. So if you speak both languages, you might find something on one channel that is not necessarily the same as in the second channel. But the idea was to create content for both for both groups of people, because I have a lot of friends that don't speak English as well as they speak Spanish. So they would rather have content in Spanish. Now, mind you, those friends have not subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? But I still want them to come in and watch the videos and whatnot. Now, another change that is coming up in terms of Avid Diva and Rox Reads is the fact that, and this is actually true for all three channels, I am not the kind of person that asks people to subscribe to their channel or like their videos or comment or whatever. Not because I don't want you to, but because I think it's kind of missing the point. I hope that you come and subscribe, but I don't want to force you or keep telling you to subscribe. However, it has come to my attention that because of that, I am not going to be monetized anytime soon. And so I have a decision to make. Do I want to remind you to subscribe, or don't I want to remind you to subscribe? And in the end, after having too many conversations to keep up with, the decision has been made to yes. So, there is a button somewhere around here. Push that button to subscribe. Hit that like button if you like this conversation, and add your 2 cents to the conversation. If we're talking about a particular topic, I definitely want to hear what you have to say on that topic. Now, in the case of Metamorphosis Avid Diva today, the topic that I was going to talk about was about being very clear about what you want to do with your life. And I am going to talk for a couple of minutes about that. But before I do that, I want to let you know that this is going to be the last video until February 1st. And the reason is because I want to create content specifically for the channel. And I need a little leeway because this is not a vlogging channel where I can create content, learn to edit, put together something that looks more appealing, more interesting to you guys. I would love to hear what your thoughts are and what you want to see on the channel. So if you want to do that, just leave a comment below and let me know what you would like to see more of. But I can tell you that I'm going to post this video in English, then I'm going to post the version in Spanish, and then I'm not going to post anything else until February 1st to give me time to create content. That was not the plan originally. I was hoping that I would do a daily, like I had promised you, whatever I learn and every day I would post it here. But right now I have to focus on creating the best content possible because I don't understand why kids are supposed to have all the fun and we adults are not supposed to have fun in YouTube. So that's what's happening right now. The reason why, going back to the topic for today, the reason why I wanted to discuss having a clear vision of what you want is because I've been guilty of this, in fact, right now. I was so busy trying to get 10,000 views on Metamorphosis Rock so I could apply to get monetized that I had completely lost track of the fact that I'm trying to build a business here. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you with any goal that you have, not necessarily business, but be it you want to get healthy or you want to start you want to find the perfect person to have a relationship with, or you want to go back to college, or whatever your goal has been for the last few months, years, or whenever. In my case, it's been 2 years that I've been wanting to start a business and just hadn't figured out what to do. And it all came to a head this weekend because I kept thinking, I have this goal, I want to get there, but I have no idea what the actual goal is. I have not put it in paper. I have not made a clear distinction of this is what I want and this is what I want to get to. In my case, because of health issues, I cannot look for a 40-hour-a-week job outside of my house, and I don't think I want to anyway. I am okay with not making as much money as somebody that works outside if I don't have the stress of wondering when I'm going to get fired again. The last job I had was a very horrible experience for me in terms of always feeling like the main boss wanted to fire me, and sure enough, he found a way of doing that. So I don't really think that I want to depend on somebody else's opinion. I want to deal directly with whoever my customer or my client is. It is a different type of firing when somebody doesn't use your product or your service anymore, because it's directly impacted by our relationship. Not when you have a boss. The problem with you having a boss is that the boss might have an interpretation of a situation between you and a client that is completely opposite to the interpretation that you give that situation or the client gives the situation. So let's cut the middleman and let's not work for anyone in particular. And that was the decision I made. However, I did not make the decision as to what I wanted this to be. Do I want it to be coaching for older women? Do I want it to have to do with social media? What exactly I wanted to do? And so this weekend, I decided that the first thing I needed to do was define that. The definition is obviously helping other people as a virtual assistant type situation, especially with their social media, because that's what I'm highly interested in. And I can spend the time looking at where social media is going to figure out how it would better serve my client. That's where my motivation is. That's what I would love to do. And that's where I'm directed. Well, in order for me to do that, I have to be successful in social media myself in order to tell somebody to trust me. Then again, successful is a relative term, because if you only have 50 people subscribe to your Twitter feed and I have 1,000, I'm definitely more successful than you. If you value the amount of people that you have versus the conversations that you're having, I'm more successful than you. So there's very different ways of defining that, and that's what I'm going to use this week to figure out is exactly where the talent lies and how I can help other people, and of course the pricing. I'm not going to go with the fancy pricing for one simple reason. I know exactly how much money I need in a month to make ends meet with my husband and my daughter. Therefore, I can actually tailor this in a way that will benefit whoever my potential client is, and it would benefit me. Definitely have to make an income out of it, because thanks to YouTube, I am not going to have any opportunities of making an income from the YouTube videos. However, that's not going to stop me from making videos, because I actually like doing this. So, if you have any comments to add to the conversation or any suggestions on how we can clarify even better what we want to do as a company, leave them down below. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching and have a fabulous day.